Hello, and welcome back to day 2 of Laboratory of the Future 2023. I'm Athena Hansen-Ahern, conference producer at Technology Networks, and I'm here to introduce our first talk of the day, cross-industry collaborations to advance lab automation and digitize scientific research. I am pleased to welcome Anca Ciobanu as your presenter. Anca has more than 10 years of international management experience creating and leading cross-functional teams across the pharmaceutical and medical device industries, working with large corporations and SMEs. In her current role as a consultant at the Pistoia Alliance, she is the strategic theme lead for improving the efficiency and effectiveness of R&D. A warm welcome to you, Anca. Following the presentation, we will have a Q&A session and we welcome any questions that you may have. Please ask questions using the Q&A system to the right-hand side of the video player. You can also use this feature to connect with attendees and discuss the talk. So feel free to take advantage of the chat system by introducing yourself and sharing your thoughts during Anca's presentation. If you experience any technical difficulties during the presentation, please request help using the technical help icon in the menu on the left-hand side of the player. Now, without further ado, I will hand over to Anca to begin her presentation.
Hello, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction and also for the invitation. And I would like to thank also to the audience for being here. My presentation is about cross-industry collaborations. It's about how we bring different organizations together to solve at the industry level some challenges related with lab automation, digitalization, research and development. My name is Anca Ciobanu, and I'm going to present some of the projects that you can also contribute to, but also some ideas on how you can also develop some new projects through the Pistoia Alliance platform, the not-for-profit organization. I will start with the welcoming and the introduction. I will talk a bit about the importance of data standards in automation and what the Pistoia Alliance is doing in this space. Then a presentation of 3 Pistoia Alliance projects that are addressing the R&D data management. And then also talking about the organizational culture, because we cannot talk about transformations and new processes and automation without taking in the account the human factor. And one of the projects that we developed at the Pistoia Alliance, it's taking into account the need of diversity in order to have innovation. And I'm going to present you this initiative also. At the end, we reserved some time for questions and answers. This is just a picture for your attention and some information about the organization. It was founded in 2009 by representatives of GSK, AstraZeneca, Novartis, and Pfizer. It was a meeting that took place in Pistoia city in Italy, and they identified that they are having similar challenges and they are working independently to solve similar issues. So that's how the idea came together in order to form an alliance where more companies can join and they can share both the risks and the benefits for their success. Nowadays, the organization has more than 200 active members. These include 18 of the top 20 pharma companies by the R&D expenditure. And the projects that the Pistoia Alliance is developing are related with innovation in life science and healthcare R&D. This is an overview of the board of directors for 2023. As you can see, the board of directors is designed in order to reflect this diversity of viewpoints of the Pistoia Alliance membership, and the board elections are held on an annual basis. Now, about what we do, it's all about collaboration. We do have online events and different webinars. These are some of the examples under my theme, improving efficiency and effectiveness in life science R&D. We have webinars and discussions that you can access retrospectively in case you miss them just by going on the Pistoia Alliance website, and everything is free of charge. Besides these online activities and discussions and roundtables, we also organize in-person meetings. So the two annual meetings that the Pistoia Alliance is organizing are one in the UK in general in April, and one in the US in Boston in November. And you can also register and join these in-person meetings. Besides the annual conferences, there are also some local events, like we recently had in Paris, a networking event. And in February, we are going to have a local event in Basel. And then depending on the projects that you are part or you are interested in, you can join the activities, in-person activities organized per that program or project. So for example, for the D&I in STEM leadership program that I will explain you a bit in a few minutes, we had last year in Amsterdam, another one in London, and another one in Boston, all about connecting the people that have similar interests and they want to increase diversity in the STEM leadership. And for 2023, we are planning a meeting in London and one in Boston in November. And then again, depending on the projects that you would like to join or your area of interest, there are different meetings that are organized by the project managers of that particular project. And besides the different discussions and different communities of interest, where again you can always join, there are also there is a list of projects, and you can always contribute to developing new ideas and new projects that you think are needed to change at the industry level. Now, about the importance of data standards in automation. We do know that there is a lack of standardization. The discussions about standardization have been for a lot of years. It seems like a lot of people are trying to solve this at the industry level, because a lack of standardization can lead to a lack of compatibility between different systems and between different platforms. Then if different organizations are having different storage approaches, then of course it can lead to some data loss, some corruption, or simply without being able to navigate through the information by anyone but the creator. It can lead to human errors, inefficiency in the group collaboration, sometimes even within the same organization. And there is a lot of manual data processing that consumes unnecessary employee time, and of course encourages simple input error. So there are many downsides of not having a good data standard understanding and data standard landscape. And here, in terms of the utility of the data standards, we have some examples of how applying the data standard can overcome such issues as presented and improve R&D efficiency. So there are different standards that assist in different areas that result in efficiency, and adopting an integrated approach would be beneficial. Acquiring the storing the data while minimizing the opportunity for error and falsification. It's are very beneficial also in automation and lab of the future, creating the foundation of systems to support the automated experiments between varied hardware and that feed into the ELNs and LIMS for the lab of the future. Easily transferable data between the organizations, facilitating regulatory compliance, and also bringing research into the modern area. Now, this is a map of the different standards, and for somebody that is not very accustomed with the standards landscape, it's very hard to understand which standards should be used in the particular environment and how different standards are connected, what is the compatibility, and so on. So for starting with this map, we were thinking of what we can actually do to create a more comprehensive overview for an user to understand what are the standards that the user should consider in the specific environment. So for this, we started with a simple web map project, a simple overview, let's say, a concept that will reduce all the complexity that you saw before. Through a very simple questionnaire with up to 10 questions to identify the environment of the user, this software that has been developed as a prototype, and you will be able also to test it, will generate a recommendation for the user in terms of standards that needs to be considered. Each question represents like a breakpoint question to see in which environment the user is and what standards needs to consider. And these breakpoint questions will dictate the suitability of one standard over another, or will show what are the standards that can apply, or maybe some limitations when considering certain standards. And of course, multiple standards can be suggested at the end, depending on the compatibility. So here, this is an example of the prototype. This project is not finalized, but you can still see a prototype, a very basic, just to have the basic understanding of how it works. So you can scan this QR code and you can play a bit with this application. You can try the prototype, and on the right side, you can see how we furthermore want to develop, how it should look in the future. Not only by having the questions and the answers to choose from, but also having a quiz progress on the bottom of the screen to see how, where are you in the process, and also some compatibility index, so that the user will be informed on how their choices are affecting in the end the result. Now about the three Pistoia Alliance projects that are addressing R&D data management. Each one of these projects is managed by a different project manager, and I will also give you the contacts of these people if you want to join one of these projects. All of them are related and are around quality and data quality. The Data Ferry project, experiment metadata, the FDA IVP, in vitro pharmacology, and the SEED, semantic enrichment of electronic lab node data. The Data Ferry project, I will take one by one to have an overview. Related with the challenge, it's about converting this unstructured assay protocol data into a high quality FAIR data set. And over 1,400,000 bioassay protocols exist today. Some of them are partially annotated. We see it together with the members that contribute in this project, and you can see them in the bottom of the screen. We see it as a great idea because it's increasing efficiency in the bench science, and it benefits everybody in the industry. We know that many organizations already annotate assays, and this saves costs in a shared model. About standardization and reproducibility of science, so it benefits the publishers, and automated data mining of assay information. This benefits the kit vendors and CROs. So this is the proposal of online collaborative curation initiative. The business model is that the partnering organizations are sharing the costs, of course, sharing also the benefits, and the paying partners access the data immediately, which is released to the public domain after an embargo period. The current state of this project, the proof of concept project completed, 498 assay annotated and partially published in PubMed. And we started phase 1 with the objective to scale annotation to thousands of assays. You can see an overview of the people involved in the steering committee, guiding the direction of this initiative, founding team members and also supporters. And on the bottom of the screen, you see the name of the project manager, Vladimir Makarov from Pistoia Alliance. You can contact him for more information about this project, or just go directly to the Pistoia Alliance website at information about projects, and my colleagues will guide you to the right person. The second project is the IVP project. The challenge is about creation of standardized data structures for safety and secondary in vitro bioassays, resulting from this collaborative work between biopharma, CROs, technology platforms, and regulators. Why it's a very good idea? It's more consistency with the regulatory submissions. It enables faster review and interpretation of IND submissions by regulatory agencies, which leads to, of course, more effective analysis of and deeper insights for decision making. As a proposal, there is an agreed standard set of information that can be reported for each assay, and the public assay repository database for in vitro assay. The current state, the constitution of the steering committee is in progress, started in December 7th, and two groups are being formed to tackle what information to collect and how to collect and transmit the data. You can see the overview of the team members and the supporters, and also the project manager that you can contact for more information about this initiative and how to join it. The SEED project, the third project I'm going to present about that is related with the quality and the standards. There is a very big effort, and we all know about the unstructured scientific research data that is growing exponentially. So there is a lot of time that is being wasted with documenting, searching the information, understanding, interpreting it, and so on. And this project is helping to avoid this waste. Because of the poor experimental records that are unfair, then it leads to a waste because of repeated experiments and so on. The proposal is to enrich the technology. The proposal is that because of the enrichment of technology, which advanced significantly in the past years, this can be applied to text captured as part of the experiment. By using these standardized terms with these additional parameters to map relationship between the terms and the data captured, can be captured, and it's more easily to search and to interoperate. So this is about the data saved in the ELNs, and the current state is that new standards are published. The relationship mapping is developed and is ready for publication. The experiment use cases develop new standards and will follow more. And also the team is working with Eurofins to merge standardization of terms to develop this industry standard. You can see an overview of the steering committee, also the project team and the supporters from different companies. And on the bottom of the screen, you can also see the name of the project manager, which you can contact if you want to join this initiative. So these three projects, Data Ferry, SEED, and IVP, they were created independently in at different dates and times, and it was by the demand of the members, different companies or people from different companies that came with some ideas. And these ideas were implemented into projects that gained more attention from other companies, and that's how the project was kicked off. They all address the same grand challenge of research data quality, but they all look at it from the different angles, and they are complementary. They do not replicate each other. They don't replicate also the FAIR implementation project, which is another initiative led by the Pistoia Alliance. And all of them are at different stages of maturity and different funding levels. All of them are also part of the Lab of the Future discussions. Now for the D&I in STEM leadership program, this is a unique opportunity. It started last year with a pilot program. It came from the request of some of the member companies that wanted to increase diversity, not only within their own organizations, but they wanted to understand also how other organizations are tackling diversity, and just sharing the perspectives, sharing best practices, and helping increase diversity not only in one organization, but at the industry level. In 2022, we had participants from 25 organizations. All of them were split in groups, in very diversified groups, diversified in terms of the companies that join in one group. We had one member from one company in each group. Diversity in terms of the geographical reach. We had people from US, Europe, Japan, China, Canada. We had a wide reach of participants, but also in terms of the level of expertise and career. We brought people from different departments, from R&D, quality, regulatory affairs, data science, and so on. And also, because we started a pilot program dedicated on gender diversity, and we called it Women in STEM, we had a minority of men joining each group of 10 people. And the minority of men was there also to see and to see this reversed gender interaction, when maybe for the first time they were in minority during leadership discussion. So this program continues, and you can also join the discussions about how to increase diversity in different organizations and what can be done at the team level, team leader level, and also higher, and how together we can change also the things at the industry level with each new cohort that is joining this 3 months program. This community of D&I advocates is growing, and they are all in contact, and the Pistoia Alliance is facilitating in-person meetings for current participants, but also for alumni. Now this is an overview of how new ideas can be created. They start from an initiative of a person that can come to the Pistoia Alliance and propose some project, or we can create a roundtable discussion to analyze what can the Pistoia Alliance do to solve different challenges that you are proposing. We can create communities of interest to validate some challenge that can be seen by different organizations, and we can create clear problem statements and business case in order to start a project and involve other companies in achieving the goal of the project that is set it up. And now for my last slide, just if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. This is a motto that we keep in mind at the Pistoia Alliance, and I do encourage all of you to have a look at what part of the challenges you think can be solved together with other organizations that for sure could be sharing this challenge, or maybe the same goal that wants to be achieved. So thank you very much for listening, and if you have some questions, do let me know.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much, Anca. As with all the talks, we're likely to have lots of questions from the audience, and I can see that we've received some already. So I'll move straight into the Q&A now. Your first question, which organizations can join the presented projects, and what is the application process?
Thank you very much. So for all the discussions from the communities of interest, all the organizations can join. For all the projects, these are led by a certain steering committee, but all the member organizations of the Pistoia Alliance can join free of charge. The idea is that maybe you're already part of the Pistoia Alliance. You can just check on the website if your company is already a member, and if not, just contact us and address the question on how you can onboard and how you can become a member and join different projects.
Fantastic. Another question for you. Are all of these activities free of charge?
Majority of the activities, yes, in terms of the discussions and the challenges and bringing people together. For the projects itself, because we do have project managers and we invest resources, then in order to be on a zero, let's say, we do need some investment to start and to maintain a certain project. So this includes also what are the resources needed, maybe some software needs to be developed, maybe some new people and experts need to be hired and so on. So this would be the costs associated to a particular project that needs to be started. All the free of charge activities are accessing different types of information, participating in some roundtable discussions, participating in some of the in-person events are also organized free of charge for the member companies and so on. The webinars also are free of charge.
Amazing. Another question for you. How can I submit a new project idea?
Yeah, by either contacting me, either going directly on the Pistoia Alliance website. There is a dedicated email address to contact us, and my colleagues and myself will be able to answer. So whatever idea you have, it's welcomed to send us a short abstract of what is the challenge that you want to solve. And what is the idea? How do you think it can be solved, by bringing which type of companies and by developing what type of project? And then we can come back to you and we can discuss and check also with the other companies if this is a common challenge, if this raises the interest of other companies in joining a pre-competitive project to solve the issue that was highlighted. So it's just addressing the question directly on the even on the general Pistoia Alliance email address.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much, Anca. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today. Any questions that we didn't have time to get to will be sent to Anca after the event. As with all the talks in the event, this talk will now be available to view whenever you want for the next 30 days. That just leaves me to say thank you again, Anca, and we'll be back soon with the next talk.
Thank you very much. Thank you.